Before we start this meeting and get the camera together, um, this is about Walmart. We want to get this together before we start this today. Give me a few minutes to get everything set up right fast. All right. Now, give me a few minutes right fast. I need to get my people to give me a few minutes. All right. One more thing we need to give me a few minutes right fast, guys. I told everybody what I was going to do. For number one, hey, what up, guys? Let's start this conversation. Hold up. Hey, I've been a business person. Look here, bro. This is for Walmart. Dear Miller, I have told the Walmart CEO and I have told Justice Department, and I wanted you to hear me one more time when I dismiss the Justice Department. I know they're going to have a lot of thirsty people, but if you're looking for some pocket change, you won't find nothing here. And I know you're gonna have a lot of thirsty people that think they're entitled to something. So if you're looking for something, there's nothing here. This is about me taking care of issues with Walmart. So there's a lot of thirsty people that trying to come at me, but never was for me. You know what I'm saying? When you get something, when you ask for your justice, women that think they entitled to something. But I want to tell Doug Miller this. While I was working at your store, and I want the people to hear me, Russell and her name is Renee, and the black girl pulled me in the office again because I want you to hear me, and called me dumb and retarded, and you fuck New Orleans. These are the words that came out your employees' mouth. Your employees. You want honesty, but you can't give it. You want the truth, but you can't handle the truth, Miller. Russia don't remember everything that was said, but I remember everything that was said. God remember in that room with Renee and Russell, and he had an attitude, right? After the black girl said, fuck New Orleans, right? And I don't like niggas, and you dumb and retarded. Let's remember everything. It's been so long. But when you trying to give people a chance to talk and work things out, they still want to go against you and be racist against you. And there's no compromising with racism. And then they tried to deceive me at another store. Your body's your spirit behavior of racism coming from blacks. They not really want something, but they racist towards it. To try to kill what we stand for. But Timberland said they're using me. How they using me? The people that go to churches, that's against us too. But people are always trying to use people, but they'll understand it. But what was said? What was said? Let me tell you, that smiling in my face when you're in your corporate office, smiling in my face. I know you want to take my place. What happened when we saw racism when I told the Justice Department? Why are you smiling in my face with racism, right? And you ain't telling the people when you came there, right? When your corporate office came there with suits and staring at me with racism. You think I'm not smart to notice you? See, Dylan Miller think I'm not smart to notice him. When I was in that deli, by that thing, and you in your corporate office, people smiling in my face with racism. You think I'm not that smart to notice you? You really think you clever? I want them to hear me. I want racism that stand with they black and white, y'all stand together. Boy, what that gonna prove when something happens? That the black man is the same with the white people? What makes you so different from KK? I told hip hop. What makes you so different from KKK? What makes you different from them? What makes you different? God said you scared to let me in because of change. God said, I have showed you all of the spirit behavior. What else do you want? But racism that don't want change, and black and white trying to destroy that. But Governor Abbott got to have a big problem because he continued to let this go on. God said he will keep you in your spot even though you're racist and you're wrong. Because the black people need you and the white people need you. It's more about the profit than anything. They don't care if you did wrong, right? They don't care you lied, right? I want them to hear me. They don't care, but they care about making money. They care about more. That's why God said, I never come back to this earth. They willing to betray me. And you willing to keep betraying me, right? Even though when your flag is at my business, God said, you love me, but you fake your love for me. You don't love me like you say you love me. You love the money of me. You love me because you got to live off the money that you put on the back of that dollar. You don't love me for me. God said, I was here, you'll betray me all again. You still haven't changed. But God said, you scared to let me at the table. You scared to change. God said, what else do I got to show you? What else do I got to show you, God said? What else do I got to show the Justice Department in different ways to win this battle, God said? Where racism, jealousy, and envy, and the rest of them, people are paying a body motion and facial expression. God said, I tell your loved ones I'm in my heaven sleeping, but they don't know my spirit has left my heavens. That character police said that spirit is not your own. You tampered with something that you have no mention of. God said, I don't have to move the spirit all the way out the body, but I'm only here for a while. But I always know when my heavens are being tampered. I always know when my heavens are being tampered. Yes, you can. 7 to 8. I want Doug Miller to know something. God always knew when his heaven being tampered with. But let me tell you something. I'm going to have change, and I'm going to have to work at it more. God said we're going to have to put all of our energy and our education in this grow at it, and that's time. You're already smart. God said you already got the intelligence, the guidance to move forward. You already got those things to move forward. But you need more progress. You need more to understand. You already going to have the position. But yellow breezy racism, right? That's sad. That black racism think they can just take it. Black and white racism think they can take it, right? Yellow breezy and them and the rest of them in Texas, right? They'll never let a black man, a lying black man like Yellow Breeze, sit at the table. And all the rest of them in Houston with that damn lie with Boosie. But I'm sorry for the thing, but the shots are being thrown at me and they trying to stop my progress. But I got the civil rights, right? When the Justice Department decided to play, what the state of Texas decided to play with me. And I had to countersue the Justice Department and file a racial complaint on the Justice Department too, right? I had to countersue them, right? It's the things we have to do to get our point across when you're racism and black, then they act like they cool with me. But the same thing, they going out there and listen to them more. Then at much other Walmart, antagonism going on. You don't know what antagonism means? Turning antagonist from your employees. They did the same thing at 2996 and 1216, right? Right? You have everything all figured out with your racism, but you lie and you say you love us and you want us there. Y'all want us there, but y'all don't want us there. You Texas business don't want us there. You fake your love for God and you fake your love for us and you lie to us, right? God knows that you're lying. Governor Adams is siding with you and Senator Ted is on your team. I see it, what I see. The disability, the one that get exited out time and time again and keep losing. I have an idea that shake the foundation of Walmart, that everybody can win. Disability, everybody can win. But managers at CSMs, CSMs and people and then they can have things where we have people from corporate offices go work with people, H case, they will be colliding with Social Security. And they will be making money. And they will be coming in that night working at the CBS. I got a whole God said, do you want me in for change? This is going to change the impact. I think when I was at 1216, everybody that did a remodel and people that put the cameras there, I talked to everybody. When they went to the store, I had a great bind with everybody that did the remodel of the store. It was at 1216. That moved every piece of thing around and the cameras around. I had binds with people too. But you try to destroy that bind. But you know what I actually said with that situation when we do things in that seminar and thing. They had a black manager with a mustache. I wish she can be there. I wish she can be there at the corporate office party, right? He had 1216. He know he's the cashier. And he always tell me when Charles being racist, you gonna get your time. But Charles, when you got 6 people on the left, when you got 6 people on the right in orientation, and you got another person, I'm sitting at the end, and Charles sitting at the end, and Charles looking at you with racism, right? With that argument that Rob had, when Charles, we was in Charles' office, Robert James' office, and we saw Steve. Let me tell you what they want us to do. The same people that told us we wasn't gonna be nothing, they want us to forgive. They want us to not hold on to that power and grow from it. And that's what Robert and you stand for. Let me tell you something, and I won't do it in a minute. I will never forget what that racist man told me. I will never be nothing in his company. Why him and Charles and Xavier and Steve? I will keep pushing my limits when you have a racist motive and the black people acting up. But don't act like we the same. I don't think God say we never think we better than them, but you judge. You know what I told Miss Crystal? I was in the Galleria Mall and the Mexican woman act like she's scared of us. But they the one that's scared. They the one that's racist. And they the one that's not trying to understand us. But we the one to fear. God said we the one to fear. We the one to fear when we believe and we don't let racism of what their opinion and what politics say. Let me tell you something. I told you, Miss Crystal, rules come not just with Social Security. Business have to stick by rules. And y'all don't know how to stick by it. You fake your love for us. Kroger's telling you act like you love us, but you don't. I told the civil rights on the 14th Amendment, you think I had it easy? Look at the racism that I had to walk over time and time again. You know, Charles walked away from me 5 times every time I tried to talk to him. He did it when I was on the clock and off the clock. That's how racism was. And I'm not working for your company. That's what racism does. That's a racist man when a racist man don't want to talk, right? When he walk away. That's what a racist white man does, right? With his black employees, right? That's the difference between what you're fighting for, right? That's the difference before what you fight for, right? That's the difference. I want him to hear me. Because he walked away from me 5 times, then he walked away from me off the clock. When I say, Russell was like, you, thanks for coming and working this out. If I can accept, but you taking it too far. He took it too far. You got the society thinking you the good person in this. Like the mayor. To make God look bad. You know you making God look bad, right? You lying on God. You and the mayor, right? You lying on God, right? You in City Hall in Dallas, Texas, and Yellow Breeze in them, right? You lying on God. The mayor swore the oath, but he lied on God. But you swore the oath to your customers. Tell your customers the truth. Tell your Charles and the rest of Russell to tell those people the truth. Renee and for Yvonne, Felicia had put him in that office and say things they wasn't supposed to say after I left, and they called my mama to come back. And I didn't want to come back. Right? You know, what words that was said? You talk about honesty, but you instead smile because you know you will have a job in the morning and you know they need you. But God said, I don't need you. I don't need you in your lies. And God said the people need you, but God said the spirit of me don't need you. The spirit of me don't need you. I don't need you. They need you more, but I don't need you. God said my heavens don't need you with your lies and your deception and your dishonesty from 12:16. You know, one of the things before me and Mirza got into talk, before we argued, Mirza's baby mama checked up on me and saw, she said, Hubert, what's going on with you? They saw the racism going on. They saw Rebecca in the TV, and then they try to say, I'm the problem. God said, you the problem. You the problem. You want a challenge, right? Your challenge don't mean nothing to me. I told Governor Abbey, you want to ride this rave. I've been working since I was 14. My teacher took me to job court and they denied me. My teachers at Newman Smith High School know that I wanted something big. But you trying to deny God more? But we working our way up from the ground. Let me tell you what's going to do. We're going to buy a big mansion. We ain't buying no house. We get gates on it. I'm going to go to school and do all these things. I have to win my battle with you first to understand it. And God said we can work on us. We can have gates and we can electricity be paid, cable bill to be paid. And I can just focus on school and trust me, we can work at it together. We gonna work at it. You know why I had an argument at 2996? Because we doing inventory. I watch him do it, then he watched me do it. And then he wanted to give up on me just because I got to figure. I said, let's figure out the problem. He wanted to, I said, let's figure out the problem. Don't give up on me. Like, hold up. You still right by me. Why I watch you do it, then you watch me do it. And we get a few merchandise wrong. You want to give up? You want to give up? That's no leader. That's no leader when we're doing inventory. I sit right there and watch you do it. That's no leader that want to give up on somebody that he a department manager. That's no leader. What was saying that 299, you dummy. You know the customer said Hubert. And they came with their daughters and stuff. Hubert. And their daughters came up in there. Hubert, you can do it. Just keep trying. I see you trying. The customers. That's what the customers tried to say. That's what the white and black customers said when they came in there. But you trying to ruin me for what you stand for. But I got customers seeing me giving it all I got and never giving up on trying to learn. I'm dealing with the turkey, but you know, one of the customers that came, we sitting in the deli, and I started, Jessica got 8 employees in the deli. And Jessica always keeping people there on a busy day. And I'm standing by the produce, I'm standing over there by the thing, and I'm saying out loud to myself, they should think before they hire people. And the customer said, you're right. Because jealousy was coming out the employees in the facial expression of the spirit. Those things was being saw. And it's what I said that out loud, and the customer agreed with me. Jessica employee was the facial expression. And I'm just saying things. I didn't expect her to come up, and I'm just standing right there watching the employee facial expression, jealousy, behavior, the new employees. I'm sitting up there watching the spirit behavior. And I'm like, hold up for a second. And I'm sitting up there and I'm like, hold up. And I'm just by customer. But people act like you gotta be. I told them, hey, my teacher at New Miss Smith, she do sign language. Okay? Miss Chastity. All right. I had a classmate that do sign language. Okay. And sometimes we always step 15 feet away from the student. Why we say, I know how to read lips. And that's the thing. I know how to read lips. My teaching and teaching on dummies. And I didn't always focus on my work. I focused on my classmates. And I watched my teacher work with my classmates when I finished with my work. I observed my teachers. So, and sometimes, don't you play me. Just like that courtroom. Don't you play me, man. Just like when I caught your department manager, when I walked in that back, I read his lips, right? I know how to read lips. I had a teacher that's a classmate in Miss Chastity work with and read. Don't you play with me, man. That's the situation. We got Walmart and we got people that try to play like you're a dummy in that Dallas courtroom. And I had to tell the Justice Department, don't you play with me. You better go ask me, Miss Chastity. You better go find her and ask her about some stuff. Don't you damn play with my intelligence. Don't you play with my intelligence, man. Because right now, your racist piece of crap playing with it. Doug Miller playing with it. And the courtroom lies playing with the mayor. I never said what I was done. We have time, and you refuse to understand those things. But we can do this without you, right? Hey, we almost done. We almost done. We almost done, God said. Walmart corporate office. Business behavior. Business behavior. Behavior. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't spell it, but I like. And I don't want them to know that black nigga, man. I can't stand this. I can't stand it, man. And people want you to do business with people like that. The Yellow Breezy, no, man. He got a motive. I'm gonna show him something. His dumb self gonna be put to death right in somebody's jail. And if he don't, that means Texas care about themselves and their life and racism life. They got a problem, man. Hey, I ain't with that nonsense.